Bible I want to use as the foundation for resurrection of the Christian woman, it's found in the book of Esther. You know, there are 10 chapters in that book. You can read from chapter 1 to chapter 10. And it kind of messes me up every time I read it. And I've done Google and word search, and not once do they reference God in any of the chapters in that book.
That's true, amen.
But when you read it and God speaks to you on what his message really is, there are two things that embodies the Christian woman and the Christian women I grew up with in Triad Church. And there were two things. One was influence, and the other one was to be quiet. Knowing you to be quiet.
Well.
Because Esther was a Jew. And she was only a young child when she lost both of her parents. And she was taken in by her uncle. And you guys know the rest of the story. So today, the women of Triumph Church and the resurrection that God is looking for you to bring to this community and to the young people of Triumph Church. Because they are our future. They are our future. We've got to train them up in the way that we want them to go. So, God was speaking to me while flying. I couldn't hardly concentrate. And y'all been there. It's all right to say amen. And if that's not you, just keep looking straight ahead.
All right.
So it's Esther, who was the prototype of the kind of woman that embodies the resurrection. Throughout the Bible, women are referred to, but only two were given an opportunity to have their book in the Bible.
Amen.
One is Ruth and one is Esther.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
But man could not have succeeded as apostles or as prophets. Mm-hmm. And I tell my family all the time, I'm not a prophet, and I don't need. Way we can spell that word. But I talked to one of my sisters this morning. I need a little help from the IT department. And I was telling her, because probably the two brothers and myself were the only ones that knew we were going to get up and say something this morning. And I told her what I was going to speak about. She said, well, you know, that's what we talk about in Sunday school, is how the resurrection goes beyond the traditional resurrection. It's what we're doing after the resurrection.
That's right. I like that.
With the Christ that lives in us.
That's right.
And whether or not we have been evangelized like we should all have been, to carry his word throughout the community and wherever you go. The old song, take the Lord along with you.
Well.
Everywhere we go.
Jesus. Well.
So, you Christian women, this is your message. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth, and he also created man.
Yeah.
He breathed through himself into man. He took a rib from a man and formed woman. But he created women in more the image, all right, men, just keep looking forward, of himself than he did man. Because I'm a testimony. Women have those ingredients of God, and the Christian-like life is so innate that I don't care who you are, as a man, you can't sense the kind of emotions that women experience.
Well.
God doesn't work through man the way he works through women. Who appeared at the tomb
All right.
on Resurrection Day? to start spreading the good news.
Yes. Mary.
It was two women that appeared at that tomb. You may not see it this way, but what about the little boy who was out on a picnic? The Bible doesn't record who made that lunch for him on that day.
Yeah.
And they fed 5,000.
Yeah. Say it.
Ah,
It was a woman. It was his mom.
Yeah. All right.
well,
That's the resurrection that I'm talking about today. So the women with that rib, and that rib that's in the body of man, God placed it there. So women who are living godly, they know how to protect a man's heart.
All right.
And that's what the rib does in the natural.
Yeah.
yes.
But spiritually, they protect the soul, because your soul is through the heart.
Yeah.
That's where humility comes from.
Mm.
Knowing how to humble yourself and show yourself approved. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
Well,
So, all the Christian women of Triumph Church, you've been anointed. Your pastor deferred this to me. Amen. You've been evangelized. Wouldn't it be nice if next Easter we appeared here and it wasn't for the Easter egg hunt, and to see how beautiful we're dressed and the new clothes and the new shoes? The resurrection isn't about that.
you are.
It
Amen.
isn't about that.
All right.
So here's part 2 of the message. And this is where I picked up LRC number 2. Because his gift, one of his gifts, was to work with young people.
Yeah.
Well,
Whether you know it or not, he makes a lot of sacrifices.
Yep.
And he works with a lot of different spirits. And you have to be really, really, really covered by God when you're handling other folks' children.
yes, Jesus.
And those of you who are educators, this is for you too.
Jesus.
You know what it's like when you see talent and gifted young children that have been blessed and anointed